Hello there, you beautiful people, and welcome to session 103 of the Tides of Chaos. I am your DM of Doom. Oops, all brands, because I'm no longer Son of Asgard. Yeah, that ship fucking sailed. And with me today we've got my lovely, my amazing, my beautiful, my severely worrying cast. We have got Big Gilly Styles, we've got Just Dan, we have got Charlie 182. Oh dear, he's bopping. And we've got Ruthless Rogue. Do I have anything I want to say? Do I have any housekeeping? Is there any housekeeping? I don't think I have housekeeping. Oh, Gen Con's coming up at the end of this month. If you're going to Gen Con, be safe. If you're not going to Gen Con, usually I would say, what the fuck are you doing with your life? Right now I'll just say, I fucking understand. I usually do it at the end of this campaign, but it's in my head now, so I'm going to do it just now. The world is going to shit in a handbasket. Be nice whenever you can. Be safe whenever you can. Yeah, that's about all I've got in my brain space for right now, because we're about to get into some real deep fucking Tarrasque dealing shit.
Hell yeah.
So, without further adoobles, guys, for those of you that can remember, what the fuck happened last session? If you can remember, of course.
We got our asses handed to us.
Well, if I remember correctly from earlier today when I was watching the stream at 2x speed because I had an emergency and couldn't be here last time, we walked into the arena. Voltag had some shit to say about Silas returning home, or Duke as he called him. Talus had a very well-aimed blood bolt. Voltag floated through his shields because he's a little bitch. Flicked a whip. There was a Tarrasque-shaped creature, as Brand so aptly put it. We fucked around for a little bit. Silas cast Dispel Magic on the Dominate creature. And then Voltag cast it again as a reaction, to which I replied with me, Brand masquerading as me, replied with a counter spell. So currently I think the creature is stunned, doing something. I'm sure Brand can clarify on that. We called in the Planebreaker to precisely bomb the stands to destroy the shield that was currently keeping us inside.
I think the exact idea was, like, just on the outskirt of where we are, but also not just, like, killing all of the people in the stands.
Bombing civilians, but short of the Geneva Convention.
I mean, realistically, we're Thanos just saying whatever the fuck. Just bomb the shit out of it.
Fair. Sure someone can fill in the details, but that's what I remember.
That's all there is. Like, that's kind of all that was relevant, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, the Tarrasque is a Kokiri, according to Voltag.
Right, there was also that.
Which is the same clan from which Silas is descended. So, Grandpa? I don't know.
Potentially. Who
Dad,
knows?
son, brother, sister.
No, Dad's definitely dead. No siblings.
Unfortunately, I've had it confirmed. My father is most definitely dead.
Yeah, no. That one I know.
Yeah, that was pretty much it. We had recently had the idea that they would call in the Planebreaker to fly in and basically full broadside the entire place. The full broadside was going to take place in about a minute's time, but that was cut down. That was cut down to 30 seconds. Based on, you know, character shit. Unless I'm remembering incorrectly, I was pretty sure it ended up getting cut down to 30 seconds.
30 seconds is what I remembered as well.
It was because we were discussing how exactly we landed.
Yes, because you guys had
suggesting
said that
we
you
did a
didn't
drive-by.
land. You guys had,
We-
yeah.
Yeah, we did the Galactica where we like whomped in right above this, like ready to go.
So
Yeah.
with the ship still being mobile, it will take it a lot less time to come around in broadside. But that still means the party is having to survive 5 rounds before the plane breaker gets there. We are at the top of round 3 of combat. Round 1 of the 5 rounds that we have to stay active for. So I'm just going to get out my little D6 and pop it there. And I'll start ticking down from 5. At the top of this round, still in combat, Talus with Leonid on deck.
Graham, question.
Yes.
I am trying to remember when I took, when I accepted my heritage, my
Yep.
fiendish form. It included wings, didn't it?
Does have wings. Give me just a moment and I will get you the speed on that. I am fairly sure that it is.
I am
flight
as
s-
well.
I'm fairly
but I
sure
just
that
wanted
it's
to
a
double
flight
check.
speed equal to your walking speed, but let me just clarify it. Fiend. Here we go. Here we go. Alrighty. Boom, boom, boom. Equal to your walking speed.
Okay, cool. So Voltag's got his shield up still. Is the shield just kind of like around, like, is it a dome around him?
Like a front-facing dome.
Cool.
To be clear, he only cast the shield spell.
Oh, I thought he had like a perpetual like force barrier or something.
No,
Yeah,
he
that's what I
can't.
thought
No,
as well.
no, he as a reaction cast the shield spell. What you're talking about is when
Oh.
he. What you're talking about is when he was above that line, and somebody attacked him. Then you were repelled back. When
That
he
okay?
was
We
below that
we
and he was
couldn't
attacked,
leave.
Yes, there was a certain
That's-
area where
okay.
you cannot pass. You initially attacked him before he left that. He cast shield and set up his own kind of like bounce back. When he went above that level, which as a reminder
Yep.
is 70 feet. When he went 100 feet. When he went above that, that was the perpetual you cannot cross, spells don't go by it, that kind of thing.
Okay, so I can't get to him.
You cannot get to him as far as you have seen. You have been
There's
able
those
to
pillars that we've seen.
There
right?
are pillars all around, and there are glyphs of warding all around the perimeter of this arena.
Okay. Can't do anything about this. Unless I just like. I mean, technically, if you break a glyph.
As you have done it before, I will clarify because it was done in
It was done when I got the book, right?
it was
did it when I
done
got a
it
book.
was done when you guys went to, was it Mera?
Which one was this?
The gunslinger that used to be in your party.
Oh yeah, Mira.
Mira. When you went to Mira's father's office and he had a glyph of warding on his door. When you destroyed the door, it destroyed the glyph, so the spell was no longer active. So you are aware that destroy the glyph destroys the spell. And all it takes to destroy a glyph is to destroy the surface or to destroy the glyph itself through way of a dispel magic.
Cool. Cool, 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 cool.
Cool.
Cool. Cool.
Cool.
Cool, cool, cool.
No doubt, no doubt, no doubt.
I'm just trying to see how many I can do. And then how many pillars are there, Bran?
So the pillar, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pillars in total, but the glyphs of warding go all around this entire perimeter. It's not just 8 glyphs of warding. You're talking less than 100, but definitely dozens of glyphs.
If you break one, it could break the whole thing.
Could be, it could operate like a chain.
We should start throwing shit at them.
Well,
Just
that's
like picking
like,
up rocks and throwing it at the wall.
look, man.
Or-
Stone can't make a dexterity saving throw.
That's very true.
No. She's got a point.
I do have a point. I'm
So
gonna
does
chain,
my chin.
like, just kind of working this out, like, remembering, like, okay, I destroyed that door because it was in our fucking way. I just want to be able to get a space to be able to get up. So I'm gonna cast Chain Lightning, and let me just double check. At the 6th level, how many targets can I pick? I want to make sure. 3 bolts. Yeah, I think it's 3 bolts at the 6th level, and then I can have an additional. So I'm going to cast it at the 6th level, so I have 3 bolts, and I'm going to focus them on, like, the 3 main pillars that are, or I guess 3 of the pillars that are kind of in the front where he would be, to try and see if I can, like... Actually, sorry, before I do that,
I think I know what you're trying to do, but I just want to clarify. 8 pillars, but they're just mostly landmarks. As far as you can see and as far as you've noted, those pillars don't play any part in the glyphs around the perimeter. The glyphs around the perimeter seem to be a separate thing. However, if you do want to target essentially the centre of 3 individual glyphs, you can do that. But targeting the pillars...
Okay,
There's no
yeah, so I
evidence to
guess I just
suggest
target
that
I'll just target the 3 glyphs, I guess. Like, just
Okay,
focus
cool.
on the glyphs, that stone. Sorry, really quick though, I am going to bonus action, click my heels, and activate my boost of haste. And then
Sweet.
cast.
Okay. Alrighty.
It
So
can't make a save.
in that case, I will make the dex save. So, oh look, they're rocks. They can't dex save. So I don't need you
Each
to roll the
space-
damage on that.
Oh, okay.
As you strike, as this lightning bolt strikes the 3 of these glyphs dead center, the ground that they have been scribed on, or the rock that they've been scribed on, cracks, which causes fissure lines in between them and causes these glyphs to deactivate, meaning that there is a solid 15 by 5 space where there is essentially a dead spot in the wall.
Cool. So, I just want to be sure that I have this. I'm going to... Sorry, checking my thingy. Yeah, so I get a +2 to my armor class really quick that I'm going to put in
Okay,
because of my haste boots.
of course.
I'm just saying that out loud so I remember. Okay, I am going to... Talus is, like, usually holds her fiendish form in, doesn't allow it to be seen. She's gonna make direct eye contact with Voltag, drop that so that her full fiendish form shows, and I'm gonna use the dash action to fly straight up that little space that, like, you said it was like a 5 by 15. Fly straight up towards him. So I can go... My walking speed's 30. I can go 60, right?
Yep, on a dash you'll
Oh,
be
wait,
able to
no.
go... Yeah.
My speed is double because of haste,
Because
right?
haste, yep, so you'll be able to
Haste.
go 120.
So I'm gonna fly straight into that motherfucker's face. If I can make it through that, barrier with where I just cracked.
Okay, so as you fly towards that, and you cut up and out, because you have to essentially do the across and then up, you still have to go up 100 feet.
Mm-hmm.
So as you go up the 100 feet past the 105 mark, being generous on it, you'd only have about 15 feet more movement speed.
Okay.
You're
so
essentially going to have to
action.
swoop in, up, and out to get to him.
Yeah. I'll swoop out to basically be, because I don't have any. I already used an action to dash, an action to spell, and a bonus action, so I can't do anything. So I'll basically just kind of come out of that space and just put myself probably, within 10 feet of him.
The moment you exit that 100 feet mark, people that are watching this start to panic. They start to run towards the exits to this hastily arranged seating. As they start to realise that the safety they were promised is no longer a thing. They start to empty from the audience seats. Voltag looks at you and just doesn't seem fazed.
Okay, I'm just gonna, bide my time.
All right,
is this a
fantastic.
good decision? No.
We move on from Talus to Leonid.
Come join me, buddy.
I'm about to. What is the current state of the Tarask thing?
Barely scratched.
Is he stunned? Is he now? Because currently he does not have Dominate Creature cast on them, right?
He doesn't. And with what we had, with what I had came up with for that particular situation occurring, at the moment he is. I guess the closest you would say would be stunned.
Okay.
Flabbergasted.
But I mean, I go more with the idea of if this was Pokemon terms, I'd say he's dazed.
But he's currently not hostile, given that he's not being.
He is currently not able to take reactions because. So he's not able to take reactions until the beginning of his next turn. From the point that he has been kind of knocked out of it, his next turn has not happened yet.
But he's under his own control now, not Voltov's, as of right now.
It is definitely within the line of logic and understanding that your characters have at this moment that you would think that.
What a statement.
To be a DM in these days.
Okay, so how far from the wall am I? Because I understand I have to go forward and then up through the hole. I can't just
I'd say being generous on where I had you placed at the point, I'd say similar to Talus, you're probably about 10-15 feet away from the wall.
Okay. Am I able... I have 30 feet of movement speed. I also have wings, because apparently we're giving them out like hotcakes. I'm guessing my fly speed is...
You guys are getting wings?
You guys can fly?
I'm Batman in this group. I'm Batman in this group. Everyone else has to fly, and I'm just like...
Oh, Jacyk. You're
no, the ennui.
Oh no, the ennui.
Oh, no. You don't understand. Jacyk would be so fucking excited because everyone else can fly, and he's just like, Silas, Horseman. And basically, he's just like Supermaning in the sky, like, yeah, let's go. Or he's Never-Ending Story kid, just like, wee, yeah. As he's riding Silas.
Jacyk thinks he's Thor. Turns out he's just the hammer.
Okay, so if I go to the wall and then 30 feet up, is Voltag within my line of sight?
He's within your line of sight right now from where you're standing. The only issue is you have to get up 100 feet before any of your attacks can touch him.
What about if I shoot through the hole?
Can you curve the bullet so it goes up and round and then hits?
I mean, technically, it's a magic shot. Like it's a crown of stars thing? You tell me, Bran. I pictured a little bit like a magic missile.
Do you know what? I'll let it not be said. I won't give you a shot. I'll let it happen. I'll let you make a shot. But on top of Voltag still having his shield active, I will treat it as if he is behind 3/4 cover. So he'll have an additional +5 to his AC.
Do we know what his AC is, roughly? Or do we know what's hit so far?
I don't think we have narrowed it down.
Nobody has been able to make an attack that I would allow them to roll for, because I will never allow you to roll for something if I deem it impossible to be done.
Why not? I have really nothing else I can do. I'm trying to, because I have, like, no way of destroying the, things. Let me just double check and make sure I'm not missing something.
See if he does somehow hit this, I'm going to be so fucking mad.
Yeah, fuck it. Like, yeah, I'm gonna shoot my shot.
What is your modifier to your Crown of Stars?
+11.
Okay, so it's actually a fairly reasonable chance.
Okay,
cool. Go for it.
Alright, that's a 25.
No, 25 doesn't do it, I'm afraid.
Okay,
Woo!
give it a shot.
Ay Dios.
Alarmingly close.
Alright, well, that's my bonus action. I guess I'll just dash. Actually, I already shot it, but I'll dash, get another 30 feet up.
Cool. Awesome.
I guess that puts me about, what, like 50 feet in the air? It's 10 feet to the hole, 50 feet up.
Yeah, so you'd be... I mean, I'd say you could go in a diagonal and get the full 60.
Okay, cool.
So, yeah, you swoop towards us while launching one of these bolts, and it tries to do the thing where it careens out of the side of it, but the turn on it is just a little bit too tight, and it just crashes into the side of the wall, fizzling and dissipating out as it does. A fair bit of damage to the wall. It, leaves a bit of a dent, causes some cracks to spread, but doesn't do anything more than that.
Alright. Well, that'll end my turn then.
After your turn, it goes to the Tarrasque. And the Tarrasque has to make a saving throw first and foremost. That is a good saving throw.
For you or for us?
You will find out.
Whose good is this? Is it your good, our good?
Right.
When has my good ever been anything but your good?
That is a fair question, and I'm sure there's an answer to it where it did not work in our favor.
As the Tarrasque is, kind of in this dazed position, like rocking its head backwards and forwards, it gives its body an almighty shake and ruffle. And as it does so, those massive plates on its back, like hardened carapace, slide together with the sounds of a rock slide. And then it's going to turn its eyes very slowly, very Indominus Rex style tilting of the head, so that one eye, so those eyes on the side of its head, so one of them just beams right at Voltag. At which point it is going to turn and run directly at the wall. And it will make all its attacks against that wall. So it is going to make one bite attack, and then it's going to make 3 tail attacks against the wall. It is a siege creature, so he deals double damage to objects and structures.
Fuck yeah.
So let's go to risk. So the first one is a nat 20.
Oh! Well, glad he's on our side.
So the first one is its bite. Just to be fair, the first one is its bite. So that's going to be 4d12. 4d12 is 48. 48 plus 10 is 58. So 58 plus 61, 70, 80, 84. So 84 on the first attack, but it gets doubled to become 168 damage to the wall structure. This is the tower that Voltag is built onto, essentially.
When you say built onto, what do you like? He's just like up there, right? Like not.
Yeah, so his little platform he is floating
Okay,
down
the
on,
okay.
attached that. Yeah. Its second attack, and third attack and fourth attack. These are going to be the tail attacks. So the first one is going to be a hit. The second one is going to be a hit with the same roll. The third one, is that a 2 or that is a 9? Is the highest roll there, but with that 9, I mean, yeah, it's got a 28 in total with a 9. Plus 19 to hit with a Tarrasque. So all three of those are going to hit. So that is going to be 1, 2. Where is my other 3? There we are. 13, 20, 27, 45.
You sound like you're just like 5,
50,
37, 62.
54.
328.
62. Add on 3 lots of 10 for each individual attack. That makes 92, which makes a total of 184 because double the damage on buildings and structures. So as this thing crashes into the wall 3 times, throwing its whole weight against it, it does break the tower that Voltag's building part has been put on. It does not levy its attacks against you.
That's pretty nice of you, pal.
Thanks, guy.
That is the Tarrasque's turn capabilities, so it then passes on to Silas. You're up.
Okay. Silly as this may seem, Silas doesn't fully know if he believes Voltag when Voltag says that this is a Kokiri. But he believed him enough to use a 9th level spell slot to cast Dispel Magic. So, in his starry form, he's going to take his movement to fly around. And for a moment, just to hover in the eye area of this Tarrasque and look at it. And try to have a silent interaction of some kind. Basically look for any signs that he might be recognized or identified by this Tarrasque. I don't know. We're looking for family resemblance.
Give me an insight check.
Oh, I can see it. It's the spines.
Exactly, right? That is a 12 on the die, plus insight. I have a very high insight, Bran. That is a 30 total.
Ooh, that is fucking high. Jesus.
A 30 total with a nigh impossible. It's not only looking at you, you can see, even though this creature is something you've never seen face to face, it's got the telltale markers of any reptile, any hunter. Flared nostrils, the small holes on the side of its head pulsing and collapsing shut as a sign of it taking in scent as well as sounds. It also every now and again kind of like darts its tongue out of its mouth. You understand that to be a reptilian trait, how they're tasting the air to kind of get things. It's taking a full scope of you. Before it eventually turns its body in a neutral way back to the wall, preparing for another run at the rubble. Showing that it does not see you as a threat.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Voltag went down to the tower, or Voltag had his floating disc?
I think you said the disc is attached to the tower, right?
The disc did come off of the tower, and then when it went back up, it reattached onto it.
So it all came down.
It all came crumbling down.
It is safe to assume that as Voltag is not currently floating in the air, that maybe the magic to activate it takes a second or so to kick in.
Okay, so at this point, our opponent is Voltag. That's who's left. Did the falling rubble of the tower disturb any of the runes, the glyphs of warding?
Oh, yeah. Quite a few of them.
Okay, well, we can't do much to him if we can't see him, so Silas is going to reach out and he's going to cast Reverse Gravity on the rubble. I know, I love doing this. It's very...
Oh,
It's extra as hell.
It is, and also...
First gravity on the rubble. Oof.
that's
I
rough,
mean-
buddy.
So... It is the spell reverses gravity in a 50-foot radius, 100-foot high cylinder centered on a point within range. All creatures and objects that aren't somehow anchored to the ground in the area fall upward and reach the top of the area when you cast the spell. They can make a dexterity saving throw to grab onto a fixed object it can reach, if there is one, to avoid the fall. If some solid object is encountered in this fall, falling objects and creatures strike it just as they would during a normal downward fall. And if an object or creature reaches the top of the area without striking anything, it remains there oscillating slightly for the duration.
Okay. As you target the rubble levitating up towards there, you do see the trace, the silhouette, sorry, of Voltag being hoisted by some unknown force up 100 feet into the air.
Hit him!
He's just up there.
You're only taking him out of my range.
What? I'll drop him. Don't worry.
Uppies. Uppies.
We'll go in it.
Is that everything for you, Silas?
I'm using Dragon right now, so I can't Archer. I think so. I think that's it for now. The Tarask is not a threat, and Voltag is back where he was, but in rubble. So, which means
Okay.
Talus has a great line of sight.
With that, I have to jump very quickly to the bathroom. I'll be back in like 2 or 3 minutes. Stick with that. Talk amongst yourselves. Once I come back, it's going to be Voltag's turn. Going on to Jacyk on deck. Okay?
Hey, I rolled
I'll be
really
right back,
bad
guys.
last time.
Okay,
I'm
so
so
he's
serious.
I will have my
floating in the
earphone.
air?
I will have
Yes.
my earphones in, so if you have questions, I'll be able to answer.
So, the tower collapsed. He was on top of it. Gravity reversed. He floated back up. He is in the same place that he was, basically, in terms of how high off the ground away from us he was.
Mhm.
So, he didn't really leave you and Leonid's.
Okay, great.
Range where
Leonid,
you're
get the
going.
fuck away from me. Because things gonna happen.
You
But I
got
don't
big
think you
burst
can.
damage? Do it. I'm personally planning on going up there and sunbursting if I can. So.
I was planning Circle of Death.
He probably still
would
has
fit.
some saves left, his like legendary resistances, so be careful because he can automatically save on those. Or
No,
just
he's
go
still
fucking
got.
hit.
Does that work when he's got Blood Bolt on him?
I don't know how Blood Bolt works, so I can't tell
Let
you.
me. I gotta remember. He's weakened, disadvantage on strength-based ability checks and saving throws. And melee attacks deal half damage. Okay. I feel like that could be better.
So he still can. It's just it's going to be a lot harder for him to succeed without legendary resistances.
Yeah.
Which is great. I mean, let's burn through those legendary resistances and just.
Okay, I had a question for a potential, and I'm very interested to immediately hear how broken this would be and how it would not be a good idea. But I had an idea for like saving throws. What if every time you pass a saving throw, you got a -1 to that saving throw?
Is this
A
Elden Ring?
-1 to the same effect?
Same. Well, specifically, like I'm thinking, like let's say you're like attacking an enemy, right? And like you're making them roll con saves, and they're like passing, but to like create some level of basically like you're wearing them down, it's gonna get easier and easier to hit them with the same ability.
I see. So
Again,
there,
no, it's probably broken, but just like randomly popped in my head as like a potential.
the problem is that would realistically kind of create a system that would work against the players too, because the idea is that like you can be worn down.
Sure.
Or are you saying it's just for enemies?
I feel like it would have to be for both, but I mean that would really suck if like.
Yeah.
I mean, like I don't know, it might break things very quickly. Probably would.
I think the idea is like getting the disadvantage on a lot of things is like if you're gonna go for it, do that, or finding what their weaker saves are, right? Like if you're fighting if you're trying to like go after a dwarf with a constitution save, like generally again stereotypes, they're hardy, they're very constitutional. That's not the word. Constitutional is not.
Constitutional. They're like, I believe in the Constitution beyond all else.
Yeah.
Literalism. It is not a living document. No,
So the idea is that like that is something he's like, well, I'm gonna try and do something that I know that they're not good at. My character's really good at being strong. I'm not gonna. Somebody wouldn't want to try and use a strength-based save against him.
Right.
Speaking of which, why is my strength not? My belt's unequipped. Huh.
You should put that back on. That's probably been that
yeah.
way since the magic island.
No, because he said that
Prism.
I had the effect before the island, right? So like it stayed. I still had the effect before I got to the island. Yeah, the belt was no longer magical, but it doesn't mean that I lost the effect. Or did I remember? Maybe I did. I don't. I hope not, because that means every.
Put it on in the morning.
Yeah, that means every attack would have because I've been adding 11. My attacks would have been like +6, as opposed to +11. Yeah, no, we're all good. But we're just gonna have to finish this guy off quick, figure out whether we're gonna have a new friend. The problem is that you have such a history with Voltag that you really need that like cathartic moment. But I don't know. Is it like that's the point? Is it like does this Terras person really need it more? Maybe.
I'd say so.
Right? Maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, I like the poetic nature of his champion killing him. I think that's pretty feels very true.
Well, evil topples in on itself. That's all the old stories, right? Like, Voltag could have won here. He could have had Silas kill his own family, potentially.
Ooh.
But instead, he got egotistical and said, I found another Kokiri. And now he's going to lose.
Now,
Because Silas would have just fought as champion. Except that he was told that's your family. Like, Voltag after the fight could have been like, you just killed your grandpa, or whatever this is. Like,
Grandpa, no!
and yeah,
cousin.
that'd be like, oh my god, Jesus Christ. You know, but yeah, Silas got out. He has a great life now. This Tarask has not had a great life. I don't know that. I don't know this Tarask. Anyway, I'm gonna do what Brand's doing really quick. I'll be right back.
What idea?
Shit, I'm gonna go refresh my water then. Look at my fancy coaxium water bottle.
You even have it in its case.
Well, because the case obscures it. Can't see my
How do you
coaxium.
drink from that? You just kind of shoot it in your mouth?
There's
Oh,
a
that's
straw.
cute.
It's a straw. It's a straw.
Oh, that's cute. I like that.
The only problem though is it's actually a very small amount of water,
Oh.
so I go through it like really fast.
But that just makes
This
you
is
feel
all
more
the
accomplished.
water I need.
That's not water.
Water? Never
Spit
touch
out
the
the
stuff.
water.
Fish fucking it.
What?
Dear, have you ever wondered why the ocean is so salty? Whales ejaculate in the gallons.
Gross.
Wow, I really hated to be taking a drink of water right when you said that. That was not a fun time.
I can't remember what that's from. Something about like, why did it have to have salt in it? And she goes, it's the ocean, dear. Whales ejaculate in the gallons.
I mean, the Archer joke that I said is, it sounds like it could easily be something like that, because it's like, water? No. Wouldn't touch this stuff. Fish fucking it.
I fucking love Archer. It's so good.
Water? I hardly know her.
Water?
That's the
I hardly know
Charlie.
her.
Charlie, I want you to know that's the laugh I get.
That line, water I hardly know her, sounds like it should be said by. Have you ever watched anything from Dropout where Brennan Lee Mulligan has to do a voice for a fat Italian guy?
Hey, Fredo, baby!
Hey, it's Fredo. Hey, you ever looked at Candyland and thought to yourself, what? Oh, that just all the magic
Yep.
just happens. No. When you
It's
look at
infrastructure.
you ever look at like a peanut butter swamp and not think that shit's got infrastructural issues? Yeah, you gotta get somebody to put in the pipes to bring the peanut butter to the swamp, and that's where Fredo comes in. I always think that Fredo should be the guy that says, hey, water, I barely knows that. Oh, like, it's just the very, very correct voice for it. I love how I said Brennan Lee Mulligan and fat Italian guy, and you immediately went, Fredo.
I knew exactly. Fredo, baby!
Fredo, baby. I just watched that episode today. Anyway, moving on. Yes, we were on. We had just
Voltag.
finished. Yes, we were on Voltag's turn. So, Voltag is currently suspended in midair.
After falling 100 feet. And then
After-
getting picked back up 100 feet.
Yes, very much so. The disc that he was on did save most of that. However, I do have it that it was knocked down with the weight of things falling on top of it. However, it being now suspended takes away from its ability to move. He's no longer on it, which means the disc can't be moved as he's no longer in contact with it. So really all he can do is float there.
Bitch.
He doesn't have any ranged spells. Try to see.
The fact that he has spells at all is ridiculous.
I mean, to be specific, what I mean by that is he doesn't have the ability to cast or otherwise produce any ranged spells.
Sure. Yeah.
Is there anything he can do? I mean, fuck it, he'll go for it, because he's able to use actions as long as it doesn't involve him moving. So he will make the attempt for Dominate Monster. Takes the whip from his hip while hanging there in the air.
Counterspell.
And at what level?
8.
8. That's going to be an immediate counterspell. As Dominate Monster is an 8th level spell.
How is the
No.
counter spell? What does Leonid
How
do?
does Leonid counterspell?
It's
Yes!
It's what?
Just the sass snap.
Oh, yeah, love it. Here for it.
and it's not even
Yeah.
it's not even the most like it is literally. That's it.
Minute, small, simple,
Yeah.
quiet power.
I don't need to
Voltag-
be extra when it's so
Voltag looks
easy.
over to Leonid. You took everything from me. I don't
even know who you are. I zoned out for the last 30 minutes.
You ruined all my plans. Mr. Voltag, sir, going to be very realistic. I don't know what's happening here. I just woke up from, middle of day nap and boom, here we are.
Very sorry.
I'm just-
Okay, listen. Just look. Yeah.
I'm just here for my friend. Yeah.
Yeah, that's his action. He does not have any bonus actions he's capable of using at this moment in time. So that's going to be the end of his turn. Which brings us to Jacyk with Talus on deck at the
Hey.
beginning of round 2.
Ugh.
So Jacyk, seeing all of his crew members able to just boom, boom, start flying, doing shit, he's just kind of left in this ring.
That's
Looking
actually-
around,
As everybody takes off and leaps into action, Jacyk's just like, I guess I'll run.
he looks up and he's just he's tough. He's been fighting. He's ready. He looks. I can't find the fucking stairs. Ah! He's gonna look over to the side. He's gotta get a
does he not
vantage
see?
point.
Does he not see the flat wall and go, just like my ancestors taught me, and starts hopping up the flat wall?
Just right on the edge.
Don't worry, guys, I got this.
90-degree vertical wall. That's my stairs. So how tall are these pillars?
Hundreds of feet high. They are monstrous in height. The tallest of them, you're probably looking at about 300 odd feet. The shortest one's about 130 feet, only slightly higher up.
The thinnest pillar.
The tallest, I mean, I've not really thought about the thinnest of them, I'm going to be honest with you. I've not given them a diameter.
The idea is, Jacyk's looking around, and everyone's got all these cool fucking things to do to be able to get up to them. Jacyk sees the
I think I know. I think I know. what
He
you're doing.
wants
I
to
think
just go in and use Toothy to just anime slash through with sheer force and have the pillars start crumbling. And he has 55 movement speed. Did I cast haste when we start too?
You do have haste on you.
I do have haste. Yeah,
You have haste.
I have haste going, and I want to just carve it. And as it starts falling, Anakin Skywalker up the side of it, and then jump. What do I need? Or do you think is that something Jacyk thinks he could do? Because I can absolutely go comic relief and walk up the side of that wall and find some stairs in the ring to get. Three turns later,
realistically,
I made it.
Realistically, I'll allow both of those to happen. So one of them will involve acrobatics check. Okay? One of them will involve a successful attack roll, and then an acrobatics check.
We will try the one that involves the attack roll because
Okay.
it at least lets me do something good before I potentially do something bad.
Okay.
So,
So you're going to move
yeah.
forward and you're going to take Toothy, still in glaive form, yeah?
Yeah, because it's, a blade, not just
Yeah.
a spear, right? Like, and just
And
try and...
Swipe it towards the base of one of those pillars. Roll
I
to hit
swipe
for
and
me,
move
please.
past the pillar. I want
Yep.
to be very clear. Like, it's badass, where I cut through and move to the other side of the pillar, and I was like, wow.
You're aiming to do the anime slash where you go
Yeah,
through, twirl the blade over your head, stick it in the ground, and then it falls. I got you.
But I don't have
got
a
you.
sheath. And for the sake of this, we're gonna reckless attack because, like,
Go for it. Might in for a penny, in for a pound. Is that a fucking nat 20?
yeah, 32 nat 20.
You take Toothy in glaive form and you swing, cleaving towards this pillar like a hot knife through an ice cube. And there's
yes.
a point where you think maybe you missed. Before
Like, looks down to the glaive, like, what the fuck?
Thing working.
Oh,
And
no,
then-
no, cool, look cool.
Then that grating sound of stone on stone starts, and you see it start to slide very slightly, and then it tilts.
That's...
Now what I need from you is going to be your acrobatics check. Because of the nat 20 and because of such a clean cut, I will lower the DC I'm expecting for you.
Oh boy. I'm trying to see if I have anything that I can boost this with. Nope, just athletics. Alright.
Sorry, it's acrobatics. Acrobatics is what I meant
No,
by that.
yeah. I was looking to see if I could boost it.
Alright.
I cannot boost acrobatics. I can only boost athletics. Okay. Yeah, that's about right. That's a whopping 10.
That's a 10. Okay. So, running along one of these things, the bare basics I was expecting is the ability to run along something that is fairly wide and not fall off it. Which means the bare bones basics I was hoping for was an 11.
Yep.
Because you know that's like your average check.
Wheel, whoa, blood.
Wheel whoa sounded like a really weird version of wee woo, wee woo.
I'll give it to you. No, I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you.
I gotta
Roll a
look cool in
6.
front of my fiance.
I'll make you look cool. Roll a d6 and add it.
This is where he rolls a 1. I mean,
4.
It's a 1.
just by
rolling, it would have
Yeah.
been an 11 by 1, yeah.
So that's really cool you did that. However, what I was about to say was I did say that I would lower the DC. The lowest I can feasibly lower anything would be a 9.
I see. I thought 11 was already the lower. Of
No.
the,
11 was
you gotta run up
11
this
was
thing.
like all you have to do is run along this slightly flat surface and not fall off. Like rolling a nat 1 would have been like if there was any other way you could have failed this.
Gotcha.
But yep, cool, absolutely fine. So Jacyk, you're able to clamber up on top of this thing as it's falling and run along it. So as you're moving up this thing, you'll go along most of this thing's height and length using all your movement speed. So you have a 50-foot movement speed, yeah?
It's 55 is my
55,
normal
so
movement
110
speed.
movement speed. Let's be generous and say that in swiping through this thing, you take 5 feet off the base of it. That brings its total height down to 125. Moving 110, there's only 15 feet of this thing left, and because it's fallen like this in on the circle of the arena, that means that 1, you are above the 100-foot you're below the 100-foot barrier, so you won't crash into it yet, so you won't take in any of the ill effects.
Cool. Well, I'm gonna be joining you guys next turn, unless I crash into that barrier.
Okay, With that being Jacyks' turn, we move now to Talus again at the top of the round, and our little timer ticks down to 4 rounds left.
Super fun. Okay. Okay. We're gonna give this a shot. Sorry, I just want to make sure that I've got this thing right. Where is my stupid thingy? I am going to use my quicken spell to cast Hold Person, but because I'm using a meta magic to make a bonus action, I'm going to use my Shadowfell Shard and activate it to give him disadvantage on Wisdom. And it's a spell saving throw of 21. Don't tell me what it is, because I'm going to roll a d4 and bend luck as well on him. So he has a -4 to whatever he rolls. So he's got disadvantage on a Wisdom save for a Hold Person and -4.
On a Wisdom save, it shouldn't take much.
I don't know this man.
Me neither.
A Wisdom save of what was that, sorry?
The DC is 21. He has disadvantage and
Okay.
-4 to his roll from my bend luck.
Okay. So that's not looking good already.
Oh no.
So taking into account the high number and the -4, the first roll he got was a 21. In total, everything added up. The second roll he got was a 7.
Ooh.
So he does fail.
That's great. Cool. We love that. So so he's paralyzed. Great. I'm just gonna remind myself of what paralyzed does.
Paralyzed is you fucked, basically. So
Brand.
paralyzed.
Okay, so
Yes,
this is gonna be
paralyzed
wonderful.
is bad.
That's so cool. That's so cool because
Isn't that like auto crits?
I don't know if you remember this, Bran. I took Spell Driver.
Yep.
What does that do?
I can
Spell
cast.
driver is it's a critical roll feat.
I'm able to cast more than one leveled spell per turn. And I also let's see.
But
I
one
just
of the
wanna make sure I get
spells
it right.
but you can't cast a leveled spell that's over a certain level.
Yeah, it says, however, if you cast 2 or more spells in a single turn, only one of them can be 3rd level or higher.
That's it. Yep.
Yeah. So we are going to do 2 things here. He fails all dexterity throws because of being paralyzed.
He
So
does indeed.
we are gonna cast Fireball at the 3rd level, and then I'm going to cast Disintegrate on him at the Should I go ham? Should I just say fuck it? He's gonna fail it anyway. 9th level. I could do Power Word Kill actually, but I'll do Disintegrate. Okay, so 3rd level Fireball. He can't save anyway, but so let's see. Fireball, that is going to be there we go. Sorry. 24 damage. Because he, and then because I have Spell Bombardment, I'm actually gonna, let's see. I just want to make sure I got it right on here. Once per turn, when you roll damage for spell, roll the highest number possible on any of the dice. Oh, and roll the highest number possible. Oh, no, I have to. Weird. Okay, anyway. Sorry. Doesn't allow me to do that. Alright, so then 9th level disintegrate. That's so many dice. Ooh! Great. Okay, so it is 112 force damage. However, because I rolled the highest possible number on one of the dice with spell bombardment, getting used to these new things. Choose one of those dice, roll it again, and add that roll to the damage. So I'll roll another d6, so that's an additional 6, so 118 force damage, and then I do have my vital sacrifice still going, which means I get to deal an additional 2d6 necrotic damage when I hit with a spell. So that's a total of 4d6 because I did 2 spells, correct?
Yep.
Okay. That's an additional 12 necrotic damage. So 118 force, 12 necrotic, and... Wrong button. What was fire? 24 fire.
So 118 force, 12 necrotic, and then 24 fire, yeah?
And because I always forget to do this, I will do my wild magic surge because I always fucking forget. And after all of that shit, I have a feeling, you know, some shit happens.
So you roll a d20 and it's only on a 1, isn't it?
Correct, and I rolled a 7.
So then you're
Okay.
good.
Okay.
No wild
I just always
magic.
forget. Okay. That's all I can do.
Okay.
I mean, I could technically move and, like, chokehold him, but I'll leave him dangling.
So not only is he suspended 100 feet in midair right now, he's also paralysed. As we move on to Leonid.
How far is
Go
he
ahead,
from me?
buddy.
From you right now, about 40 feet.
Okay. Are you sure it's not 30 feet?
I'm very sure it's not 30 feet.
And with the greatsword, I have what, a reach of 5 feet?
The only reason Talus is within 30 feet of him is because Talus had a bit more movement speed than you and moved in 10 feet.
Mm-hmm. No, I remember that. And I'm guessing with the greatsword, I need to be what? 5 feet away from him to hit him?
Yeah, 5
Okay.
feet away you do.
Mm.
Gotta be 5 feet away.
Okay. So he's paralyzed, just hanging out,
Just chilling like a villain.
just chilling. Well, quite literally. All right, we'll start with a radiant bolts thing. I have advantage, right? Because he's paralyzed.
You have advantage on attack rolls against him. Any melee attacks or attacks made within 5 feet are automatically criticals.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, that's a nat 20 for a total of 31.
Not that you needed it anyway. But yep, that is going to be a successful attack.
All right. And then, is there any bonus damage because he's paralyzed, or is it just easier to hit him with a range?
It's an automatic critical. Oh wait, with a ranged attack. No, there's no extra damage to it.
Okay. Well, that's 22. That's 32 radiant.
Okay.
And let's go for I'll do Psychic Lance, which will be a intelligence saving throw.
Intelligence saving throw. Intelligence saving throw. Here we go. Oh, okay. That's actually kind of okay. That's a total of 30.
30, yeah, believe it or not, that passes. Oh shoot, I forgot. I have other stuff. That's fine.
Sorry, wait, no, not 30. I'm bad at math. It's 24.
Still good enough. Well, that'll be the end of my turn then. I don't think that does any damage on a half.
Okay. In that case...
Oh, no, I'm sorry. It does take half damage on a pass, so it does do some. So let's see. That's going to be 12 psychic damage.
12 psychic damage.
Not much. Not really worth the 4th level spell slot, but worth a shot.
Okay, so in that case, it's going to go to the Tarask.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Last thing, I'm going to fly like 20 feet forward towards him.
20 feet forward, absolutely fine. So you move
I'm
20
so
feet
good.
towards him now.
I'm so sorry, guys. At the end of Leonid's turn, because the Tarask was looking at charging the pile of rubble I have lifted into the air, I'm going to drop concentration on reverse gravity and let him plummet back to the ground. Right into the Tarask's turn.
Releasing the spell as a free action.
It is. So,
Okay. So he's also
And
going to
he's
fall.
paralyzed.
He's also going to fall 100 feet while paralyzed.
Neat.
I've experienced this before.
I'm not
It
going
killed
to
me.
lie. I'm not going to lie. This might kill him.
Okay,
Perfect.
that's fine.
See, this is an
So
absolute win.
So for every 10 foot you fall,
1d6, yeah.
it's 1d6.
There
On top of the
is
fact
there is a
rubble is
max.
Yeah, there's a max. It's 20d6, which is what I'm trying to calculate. Because if 100d6 is if 100 feet
120.
is 10d6, if you've got 120d6 is the limit.
No,
it-
120 damage.
So
If it's 20d6.
So hold on, 200 feet is the max fall distance.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
So if that's the case, and he's falling as well as rubble falling on top of him, I would count that as fall damage twice, because not only are you falling, you're taking the impact of something falling on top of you.
A lot of
So,
bludgeoning damage.
yeah,
It's a lot of
so
bludgeoning.
let me just
Doesn't
get my
he have that
d6s.
orc thing that brings him to 1 HP?
Yes, and this all here technically counts as one lot of that. Give me a moment, guys. My earphones have just ran out of battery. Let me just go grab my backup earphones. I'll be 2 seconds. I hate these headphones. I do not like these headphones one bit because they're made of sponge and rubber, and therefore it makes my ears feel really stupidly warm. Alrighty, everybody can hear me okay? I can hear you okay, my ears are abnormally warm, so everything seems to be lining up. Ew, I hate it. Let's continue. Right, so with that all happening, he does have Orcish Resilience, so he is only going to go to 1 HP on this. No matter what happens. but it is all doubled because he's paralyzed. So we're going for max damage plus roll damage. So max damage from that is going to be 120. 120 plus 30, 36. 140, 145, 150. 162, 164, 169. 170, 180, 186. 190, 201, and last roll 202, 203, 205, 209 damage total from the falling and the rocks all falling on him. No, so that's already been critted. That's already been crit treated. So he's not dead. He's not dead. He's just monumentally fucked up. As it comes to the Tarask's turn, the Tarask is going to utilise its bonus action, and it's going to wild shape. No, it's going to wild shape, and it's going to wild shape into. Oh, well, actually, to be more specific, it's not wild shaping; it's cancelling wild shape. And you watch as a Tarask starts to shrink down, monumentally shrinking down. Not entirely to like a medium-sized standard, to like somewhere in like the high 8 feet region. Taller than a Goliath. As it shrinks, technically the tallest playable race in all of D&D. As it shrinks down, seemingly the same build as like a Goliath, but what it shrinks down to as this scale and thick carapace armour fades away, it still has this musculature about it. But over this musculature sprouts blue fur. Furbolg. We're talking D&D and I say giant stature with blue fur, and your first thought was Navi? I really don't know how to take this, Gil. Like, I don't know what to do with this. Gil, why do you always do this? Look, hold on a minute, we have to come to something really, really serious here, right? Gil, have you ever considered that your joking nature might ruin moments of D&D? I mean, I you know, somewhere someone put a lot of work into the Furbolg playable race, and you saying that you forgot they existed just kind of... Also, not to mention, they're based on the Tuatha De Danann, which is kind of really rooted in my Celtic culture. So it's just a little bit of a smack in the face. Like, just... Fuck you, Ruth. Fuck you, Ruthie. I know your legal name. Don't make me say it. Right. Yes, this, I nearly said Yeti. This Furbolg. Long, thick, wild. Less dreadlock and more just like matted, thick strands of hair. Hanging down. Even like, as much as there's no mustache to it, even like beard hair here hangs in matted braids, bound with old leather and decorated with shards of stone and scribed totems and such, and walks towards Voltag with this feral stance, even at its crouched position. It's still very easily in the high 7-foot markers, as in it has came to this high 8-foot tall status, and then as it's moved forward it's crouched into an almost like feral lean, and it's going to get to Voltag and it's going to thrust out its thick clawed hand, grab him by the throat and just start to lift up. And it's going to speak to him, and as it speaks in Silas, you'd be able to understand it as you can understand Druidic. And it says, "Were I of a younger mind, I would tear your throat with my bare fangs. But I believe in the tenets that you tried to rob of me." Obviously, speaking of Circle of the Moon and one of the major tenets of the Circle of the Moon, to respect the circle of life. All things meet their end in a natural order. Meaning that while it is permissible to kill for the sake of hunting or for the sake of self-defense, killing for the sake of vengeance or killing because, they mildly irked you is not something that's accepted. I understand that, but in this moment in time, Voltag is next to dead. He has nothing he can utilise here. So while he is like, if other people choose to come and smack you about, that's not for me to intervene with. As for what my tenets, my order dictates, my circle states, it is not my place to take the place of the natural order. Which is why Halsin breaks the rules of the Circle of the Moon, but we're not going to get into that. So then what he does is he just turns and he drops them. I release you into the wilds in a very fast-paced hurling action. But no, he drops him. Leaves it to you guys.
Reverence in that, but That's his first move.
Okay. This druid will kind of look at you with narrowed, puzzled eyes, but will acknowledge the bow at least by giving a very restricted but kind of attempted return of the gesture by just kind of nudging their head forward.
Yep.
Are we out of combat? Are we out of combat?
Yes, we are out of combat, as not really something that, especially with big things like this, as you know, I don't like to have it be down to a random spot of it. The person who takes them to the end of the combat gets the last hit, but the person whose storyline it is a part of should get the decision on how they meet their end. So that is what's happening here. Technically, the person who gets the last hit is still Silas with the I'm just going to drop the reverse gravity and but yes, a major part of the combat was figuring out, getting rid of the dominate monster off the Trask. So yeah, Silas, I guess it goes to you to decide what happens here. Well, actually, first, before you do that, Silas, I want everybody's reactions.
I mean, Alice, seeing that, everybody has seemed to back away from killing him, is just kind of gonna roll her eyes and kind of fly back down to join the group and just kind of stand there like,
Jacyks gonna make his way back down, not just dropping down on him, to get close to Silas and just kind of be there, trying to see how he's doing with all of this. But kind of at the ready of if this dude fucking moves, if he rubs a ring on his hand, if he does anything that Jacyks that he's gonna try and get away. No. Although I'm not the most perceptive person, so.
Leonid?
Kind of similar to Talus, flying down, really just looking at Silas. This is his fight.
Okay.
I'll play whatever poignant music needs to be played, but aside from that, I'm chilling.
Silas, the person who was once the most towering, frightening thing in your existence, is pretty easily crumpled and beaten down in front of you. How do you face this?
Silas looks down on him. Not like I'm better than you, I'm above you style looking down. He looks curious. Why would you throw away your only advantage? I mean, you could have just not told me that this was another Kokiri. I would have killed my own Ken. You could have held that over my head. But instead, you decided to tell me? Is your ego that big? That you thought just the prospect of fighting my own would tear me down?
It's gonna look up at you. A broken smile. One tusk snapped completely. That very prominent blackish purple bruise of a snapped tooth already spreading as he spits out a thick glob of blood and looks up and goes, "No. But I thought Duke's was."
Well, you gravely underestimated me. Not that you really need to be told that. I'm not Duke. I am not what you made me. Simply put, I am leaps, years beyond that. I've grown, I've recovered, I've found family, and I'm not alone. Unlike you.
But you ain't found all your family, have you?
And I have more lifetimes than you have minutes to do that.
So I'm going to preface this by saying he makes a move and grabs the sleeve of his tunic and begins to pull up.
No thanks.
Silas is going to grab him by the collar of his shirt. He is going to fly 70 feet up.
Okay.
Yeah, 70 feet up, holding Voltag. And he's just going to say, our story ends here. The stars don't remember cowards. And I'm going to cast Sunburst right there, holding him point blank.
Okay. I'm not even going to make a roll for it. Just tell me how it goes.
Yeah, so he flies up, his body starts pulsating and glowing. He utters those final words, and there's this radiant burst. It starts off small, like just this globe of light that envelops the two of them for a moment, before expanding outward to the full 60 feet radius, or like 60 feet that it takes up. For those on the ground, the light is blinding. It, obscures everything. You hear the sound of a bunch of these rock pillars blowing up, chunks of debris flying everywhere. And as the light recedes back to Silas, a burnt, shriveled husk of a body drops to the ground. And in this bolt of light, Silas drops down, glaive in hand, and sticks it through Voltag into the sand. And he releases his glaive for the last time. And I'm going to remove that from my equipment, and he is going to leave the last of what marked him as a gladiator here in this arena.
Very, very prominent kill. As you bring this body down, a couple of pieces of equipment, magical items, fall to the ground alongside him that cannot be destroyed. One of them being the whip at his side. Another one being a necklace which he wears. Other one is only mildly magic, like it's like just a wondrous item. It's not like a prominently magic thing. It's a wooden sword. And the other item is the gauntlet that he was wearing.
To be clear, the wooden sword, it's a magical item, so obviously, like, it didn't burn in this supernova.
It didn't.
Right.
Didn't.
Okay.
These are all items that were, whether it is very minor or whether it is excessively powerful magic, they are magical in some way, therefore were not destroyed. That's why I'm being very clear. The wooden sword is not something that's really prominent. It's a very, very minorly enchanted item.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the equivalent of a music box that will never deteriorate, so it will continually play music for as long as you wind it. That is
Yeah.
the equivalent in magic scale to that.
Yep.
I'll stoop to pick up the whip. And I will hand it off to Talus. And I'll say, what does
whipped on
this
whips.
do?
What did you
I'm
say?
asking, what does this do? What magic does it hold?
Let me. I'm not a bard anymore.
You can't identify it, can you?
I'm not a bard anymore. I can't.
Okay.
And Talus is like gonna be like, oh yeah, of course I got this. And then she's gonna like try and cast this spell, identify, and just be like, and she's gonna hand the whip back to you, be like, I have no fucking clue. Apparently, there's just some magic that I can't do anymore. So
I suppose it doesn't matter. Silas's mind is going like a million miles a minute. He's thinking, because on the one hand, he wants to stop and talk to this druid. He wants to figure out what these magic items are, and he wants to check to see if there's anybody left in the Colosseum, like, underground. Any other champions that Voltag had.
If there was any underground, then the moment this Tarask came through the ground, would have killed them. Remember, this thing came up through the ground.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
that's a...
very unlikely that there would have been there.
Cool.
Much in the same way that in actual history, gladiators fighting to the death would not have happened all that often.
Yeah.
So
Okay, so he's processing all this. And then he turns to this druid and he says, hello. I'm Silas. I am of the Kokiri. He'll say this in Druidic because it's the only language I've heard him speak.
He will come towards you. You can see by the flaring nostrils that he's using the heightened senses that Circle the Moon Druids are common to have to take in every single piece of information he can about all of you, memorizing your scents, memorizing up to and including from what you know about Circle the Moon Druids, very powerful ones. He could be memorizing everything from the sound that your blood makes as it pulses through your body to the scent of the last thing you had to eat. But as he's taking all this information in, he looks at you and then he says, I go by the name Barry, Archdruid of the Kokiri.
The Kokiri have not had an Archdruid in some time.
The Kokiri, as a united group, have only ever had one Archdruid.
You then.
He nods.
There aren't many of us left. I only know where one other is. The darkness, whatever that means to you, infiltrated all of our groves, and some of the young, like myself, were saved from each grove so that we might reunite and rebuild.
The ordinance. Those who are young enough are sent in order to be spared, in order to keep the cycle moving. You say the darkness. Do you mean no one?
No. At least that's not what I've ever heard them referred to. The name I have is Cassilis.
He frowns at the mention of the name, but not in a way of like, oh, I've never heard that name before. More like that's not what I recognize that name to be. You travel with these fellows. Do you have a place that is safe nearby? A camp or a grove?
That's so funny. Our ship should be pulling up now.
Literally 20 seconds past.
As soon as it shows up, Jace's gonna be like, they're coming in hot. He doesn't have the way to message them.
I'm not a bard.
To be fair, they just saw a tiny nuclear bomb from wherever they were.
Yeah, but they don't know
So-
that's you.
Well,
Can,
so who else on our ship is going around shining like anything?
I'll start flying towards the ship.
Does no one have message?
I'm not
I
a bard
suppose I
anymore.
No, I can do that.
We've found the hole that will sink this entire party. We're about to get cannon barraged by our own ship.
Well, I guess. How did I call them? Don't we have?
Sending stones.
Sending stone.
Is that what? Okay, so I would
You
step
as
aside.
you as a pirate captain were given 2 sending
okay.
stones upon being made a captain. One goes to your ship directly, which will go to someone you would leave in charge if you ever leave the ship. The other one goes directly to whoever is the pirate king at any given point, or if there is no pirate king, it goes to the keeper of the code. If there is no keeper of the code, then it goes to somebody who's nominated by the rest of the captains to stand in that position.
Gotcha.
So at the moment, technically, you have a sending stone that goes
I do
to your
have the
crew
ability to do that.
or to Faulkner.
When I see them come in, would step away and be like, "Ooh, abort, we're good, we've taken care of it."
You can literally
Silas.
see them lined up and sword raised ready to, and then as you go aboard the... Oh! Alright lads, call it off. He said to call it off. I know. We just wheeled out all the I know. And they'll just go about. And you hear the groans and mutterings as they all set about wheeling out the cannons and deloading them and stuff. And morale takes a slight dip because they're all really excited about being able to launch a full broadside.
It was just this close, so close. Next time.
Such a close one.
Okay. That being said, you requested a grove. So Silas is going to quickly do 2 things. He's going to plant his staff into the ground and use his bonus action to grow it into a tree.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's going to cast Sending to Greenleaf.
Yep.
And he's going to say, cousin, I have found another Kokiri. If you have a moment, I'll create a gate for you. And I will wait for her response.
She will give you permission immediately coming through with a, of course, bring them here.
Bring them there. Okay, that's actually a better idea than what I was thinking.
Oh,
Okay.
sorry, were you meaning her to come to you?
Yeah, but this is so much smarter.
I
like this way more.
Okay, cool.
No.
I misunderstood. I can happily have her come through if that's what you wanted to do.
So what I was planning to do was actually to go to my grove and then gate her through.
Then that
which
works.
was so excessive.
That works absolutely fine, because we can still do
Okay.
that. That works in with something that I was thinking where it was going to go, got surprised and thought maybe they'll go pick her up and then go there. But this is essentially the same thing in a different order. So that's cool.
Yeah.
So you want to then go instead to your grove first.
Yes, I'm going to transport via plants on the tree that my staff just grew.
Yep.
And I'm going to indicate for all of my lovely crew to go on through.
Oh, okay. Yep, sure. We're going into plants. Actually, Talus?
You don't have to.
No. I'm basically just gonna dash multiple times and just fly as fast as I fucking can back up to the ship, put my whip in my room, and fly back down. Because otherwise I'm gonna kill your entire grove.
I was about to
That's
mention.
so funny. Okay. Yeah, appreciate that. But yeah, transport via plants. We'll get everybody through, and then when we get there, Silas will just cast it again to get Greenleaf away through.
That's fine. So you do this, everybody moves through it. You duck your hand in, take hold of one of the roots of it and pull. As you pull, bringing it down, putting it back in, casting it again in order to make a different portal. But as you arrive at your grove, it is much more vibrant than it was before. Wildflowers and beautiful fruit trees and all kinds of amazing flora have bloomed here. The plant-like creatures you had seen roaming around before are still here, but they're no longer gnarled and knotted. They are sleek. They look like they are healthy plants. And there are also other people here.
Oh.
People that weren't here before.
Well, yeah.
Like,
we
yeah,
were
I
the
mean,
only
'cause
ones here
we
before.
were. Well, you had it wasn't the person you just talked to. Wasn't she here
Greenleaf
before?
wasn't here, no.
Oh,
Greenleaf,
okay.
This will be Greenleaf's first time in this grove. We went to her grove initially.
Oh, that's okay.
Greenleaf is a
Cool.
leader of one of the other clans of the Kokiri, so she has her own
Gotcha.
grove. But what you have as you pop into existence inside this grove, and as you start to, kind of regain your bearings, you see that you've popped out right 5 feet away from a short, probably about 4.5 feet tall, Kenku. Holding a seed like an acorn about yay big and just looking at you. Wide-eyed, pure shock.
Okay. Silas steps through, and is taken aback by the presence of people in his grove who definitely weren't there when he left. He didn't know other people could get into his grove, which is cool. Or maybe they come from the grove, which is also cool. I don't know. But he will turn to Barry and say in Druidic, "Please make yourself comfortable. I have some things to check in on, and I will be with you to speak in a moment. Do you speak common? It's okay if not.
Barry will shake his head and say, I spoke many tongues, but I don't understand what this common is.
That's okay. I will translate anything important. Have some water, have some food, the Grove example, and resources. Rest a moment. We'll speak soon.
Barry is going to turn and look around, and as he immediately sees the small river leading to like a kind of, maybe 50, 60 or so foot one end to the other pool, like a small lake, is immediately just going to beeline straight for it, right into it.
Cool. Silas will turn to the rest of the crew and stare at them blankly for a moment, blink a couple times, and say, I know a lot of words, but I can't think of a lot of them right now. Kind of feel like Duke. I'm back to not being able to talk.
Like I'm
Thank you.
Duke. People keep calling him that.
Someone fill him in. There's people here that I have to meet. Soon to be husband. Do you want to come with me, or do you want to stay here with this group? It's
going wherever
really
you.
whatever.
I'm going wherever you're going.
Cool. I was hoping you'd say that. I gave you the choice, but it was really like the illusion of choice. Like,
Yes.
there was a right answer, and you picked it. So, very good. Let's go. We're going to go over to meet these new people one by one, starting with this Kenku, because I'm interested in
Okay.
it. Sorry. Tyler and Landon, you're welcome to come too.
Come along, afterthought.
Well, I mean,
Plants not my thing.
yeah, okay.
And-
Seems a little.
And people. And
Okay, yeah.
people, So
Yeah, no,
Have
of
fun.
course.
My biggest
Okay.
interest in people is how to rob them. I don't think that'd be a good idea here. I'll wait.
I'll feel laying it in on the whole Duke thing.
Yes, I'm
Everything here is free, so you can't rob me. Enjoy. Have some fruit.
Challenge accepted.
Okay, sorry, Bran.
You're not
that's the-
stealing me. It ain't happening.
Oh,
We're married.
Jacyk.
Jacyk, duh.
The horns, duh.
we're married, actually.
No, you're not though. You're only engaged to him.
No,
we haven't-
no,
we haven't-
Ruthie, we're
Oh,
married.
me and you?
Yeah,
Perfect. Okay, yeah, we're good. Everything's fine.
we're fine. See,
Yeah.
okay.
What?
It was a long time ago. Drunken night, 2022. Don't worry about it.
It was Y2K, man. You gotta get over this shit.
You said a long time ago it was 2022, and I was just like, a long time ago? Yeah, okay, 2022, okay. That
A long
is
time
such a
ago
long.
in a galaxy far, far away.
Listen, we're not all.
Don't you say it! We're gonna move past it.
Yeah. Anyway, Brad, what happens next?
So, you're gonna go speak to this Kenku.
Yeah.
They are frozen, just staring at you. Complete, like, fight or flight, but they chose freeze.
I respect that.
Me too, actually.
Such is
Silas
life.
freezes back.
They just stand matching the freeze perfectly until eventually another person comes into sight behind them, moving annoyingly slow. As a turtle, like Master Oogway levels of slow, starts coming forward, covered in it's got like a little mushroom growing on this shoulder and like a patch of moss hanging off his side of his face because he's that slow. Moss has started to build up on him. Very druidy looking for a turtle. For a turtle, sorry.
Wow, it's enthralling. It's like watching paint dry. No, but Silas will break his standstill. He'll step forward. He'll take to one knee so that he's more eye level with the Kenku and extend a hand and say, "I'm Silas. It's good to meet you. Who are you?"
Kenku tucks the acorn into their side, extends out a wing.
Very gently. I'm a freaking Goliath. I mean, very gently gonna shake this. Yeah.
And then in your voice says, "Pleased to meet you." As Kenku can only mimic.
He will turn to the turtle approaching and nod his head and say, "I'm glad to have you both here, I'm pretty sure, but I'm afraid I don't know who either of you are or why you're here."
Oh, there are 4 of us, but the other 2 are off seeing to, well, the things that the young folks see to.
So I see. I did not realize that my grove had already come to house such incredible druids as yourself.
We are mere practitioners who have followed the stars, and they brought us here to a grove in need of some slight caring, but a grove alive nonetheless. He kind of pats his hand to his chest and says, "My name is Ogama. This little copycatting fellow is Pinch."
Is Pinch?
Pinch.
Like the actual, like pinching
Like the
something?
pinch.
Yep, like to pinch someone.
Okay.
The other
okay.
2, when you meet them, are Rune and Lilia. You are not to be afraid of Rune. He is very kind. And he's going to lean in with a kind of joking smile and say, "But you should be scared of Lilia. She is quite opinionated."
Well, I can tolerate Talus. I think I can tolerate her.
Got her.
No, so he'll say, "Incredible. Did you come here one after the other? Did you arrive together? Was it a call that went out that you recognized? Or was it simply time and..."
Just going to point up to the stars and just say, "Oh, 'twas foretold."
Ah. I see.
I will find a fucking way to put it in every single thing I do. Fucking 'twas foretold. I fucking love it. That fucking echidna from that fucking movie about a bunch of owls just flying places, and it's given me the absolute most feverish brain rot I'll ever have in my life. 'Twas foretold. Yep, he gestures to the skies and he says, "'Twas foretold where we would walk to, and 'twas foretold paths would cross on the way. It started with myself, and then I found young Pinch, and then we met Rune and Lilia, and then our separate twos became 1-4, and then we made our way here."
I'm glad to have you. The grove looks much better than when I'd left it.
The grove.
I had intended to come back, but I've been busy.
The grove responds in kind to its archdruid.
Well, I assume that would be Barry, who I've just found.
I do not know who this Barry is, but if he is a practitioner of the stars, then quite potentially.
And if he's not,
Then the most advanced practitioner of the stars would be the archdruid of this grove.
okay, that's remarkable. I would love it if there was someone slightly more experienced than me, but if there's not, I, well, kind of suspected this. Okay. It is a delight to meet you both. I would like to become better acquainted with you soon. I am going to go tend to a couple other matters here in the grove, but it seems that I will be here for just a little while, so we will speak more.
Of course. Go see to the trials and tribulations of the youth nowadays. Come, Pinch, we will go and find a place for your new seed. And he turns and kind of pats Pinch, and Pinch turns away, but like for a solid like maybe 100 degrees, their head never leaves you, just staring at you with fear in their eyes until their head is forced to snap to where they're going.
When they're just out of earshot, I'll turn to Jacyk and say, "Fuck Captain, call me Archdruid."
I was thinking that already.
Yeah, that's a lot to take in. Right,
This is, like, not just your, as in familiar home. This is your grove.
yeah. Say, it's really pretty though. We should get married here.
Jacek's gonna kind of like look around. I'm okay with that.
Very safe, I promise.
I don't know. You do have random strangers just coming into your grove.
I just vibe checked
yes,
them.
they're
They're fine.
strangers. They seem fine. I guess it just questions what sort of energy this is putting out. What sort of invitation to the people that are coming here. It seems like very good energy. But how safe is your grove from other things?
Without supervision, the darkness was able to take root and corrupt it. It brought it to the brink. But I'm here now. The Grove has an archdruid again. It has natural defenses. And the more that people that gather, the better it will be. Only those who are able to follow the signs in the stars are able to get into this grove. I think that I have given up trying to be in control of things like this a long time ago. And I read the stars, I don't write them. They do what they want. So I'm going to assume that these people are safe. Because I'd like to assume that the Grove wouldn't have let them in otherwise. You know?
I know everything you just said. I don't quite understand, but I think I know what you're meaning. Yes.
Yeah. Wow, it's been a busy day. Okay. Silas is gonna march off to this pool.
So before I was like, before Silas does that, like Jacyks gonna like reach out for his hand to step. He's like, just want to walk with me. I'd love to see the Grove. I know we were here, but it seems more vibrant. It's been busy, and maybe it would be best if we just took a couple moments.
Okay. Let's take a couple moments. Yeah, we can plan some. Or we can just walk.
No,
We can
just
yeah.
walk. So Jacyks gonna like kind of squeeze
Yeah.
Silas's hand, and then just kind of like, a walk through the garden.
Cool. They're gonna take some time to
Yeah.
just be.
I think that's gonna be the scene.
Yeah, I think that for now, like, yeah, if we wanted to check in with Talus and Leonid, I know
That was
there's
going to
some
be
hope.
that was going to be my next point as you guys step away to go and walk through the grove and see the wonders that it has. I would like to go to Talus and to Leonid. I'm first going to go to Leonid.
Wow, that was a crazy story. I can't believe all that happened. Like, he changed his name and thing like 4 times. A good storyteller, by the way. You're very succinct, even though it happened off screen, whatever that means.
Well, also, like, it's all secondhand, too, because, like, by the time I met him, he was already Silas, but, like, he wasn't. It's all confusing.
He was,
It's
just,
almost as if
he was
that-
just randomly in a treasure chest in the middle of a giant mimic somewhere, like.
But like, it's all secondhand, so that's coming from like the storytelling of someone else telling.
It's a very
funny having
unreliable
told
narrator
Talus.
type of thing.
Hold on a minute.
I had no
We
idea.
can't even classify it as second-hand because it came from Finney, so it could be fucking fifth-hand at the point that fucking Finney tells shit. All right.
Is Finney like the guy from Ant-Man? Louise?
Oh god!
like Louise from Ant-Man?
that.
That's
Yeah.
how Finney tells stories, right?
Yeah, that's canon. Yep.
I like this.
Yeah, so in Duke's story really just becomes like, oh yeah, and like he went through the streets just like slaughtering everybody on his way out of there, and just as much over dramatic details as possible, and like
Like, didn't matter who it
Obviously,
was. It just cut them in half.
Finney-
Like Like,
Finny,
guards dead, women
betrays
dead,
their
old
role.
lady picked them up, skewered them, and then threw them away. Like, you know, like, he's just out for it.
Duke isn't the hero of the story. Finny
Duke-
is the
Duke's
hero
the
of the
villain.
Of
story.
really
course,
wish
no,
I
I'm
had-
the villain.
I really
Yeah.
wish I'd had the chance to meet this Finny. It seems like they were the crucial part in Silas's character development.
I mean, to be
Nah.
fair, Finny's full of shit half the time, so... Honestly, you should probably get a little bit more detail from Silas himself.
I kind of like this version of the story.
Honestly, so do I. It's kind of entertaining. But anyway,
Wow. Well, that's all the questions I have.
has Jacyk told you about the stairs? Because, you know, Jacyk's
Stairs.
not wasn't Jacyk either, right?
I heard about that as well. It seems
Yeah.
like there's a lot of identity crises among this group. Like, it feels like you guys are changing personalities every 10 minutes.
Yeah,
I
it's
just
almost
wanna
like it's
say-
almost like everybody in this party doesn't go by their actual name. That Talus.
To be fair, Alice didn't even know her full name herself. Until recently, but still.
Only one in this party you can fucking trust is Leonid.
Which is really concerning if Leonid's the most reliable narrator. He is lying out of his
Chelsea was like-
ass 9 times out of 10.
So is your name actually Leonid?
Technically, it's Leonidas.
So you're a liar too. Okay.
No, I'm just kidding. It isn't. It's Leonid.
So here's the thing. Make yourself more interesting.
I
Come up with a
literally...
fake story.
Okay, I'm just going to throw this out there. I was a farm boy who moved to a big city, became a crime lord, then had his brother abducted by Davy Jones, joined the pirate crew, became a water
Just
elemental,
sounds
then
like
became a
every
seraph,
other average
and is now fighting the
Joe.
darkness. I don't need to make myself more interesting.
You know what, Leonid? I bet you, and she's gonna like rummage through her purse and be like, I bet you 100 gold pieces that there's someone in our ship that joined the pirate crew that also was a farm boy who became a pirate whose brother was abducted. I bet you there's someone on our ship that matches a lot of
Oh,
those
you
things. So
forgot.
that's-
You forgot becoming a water elemental and then a seraph accidentally.
No,
randomly started
see,
the cult.
those are things that happen as we get more interesting on our own. These other things are things that we lied about. So I'm saying make your backstory more interesting because your backstory is like every other
Here's the
person
thing.
on our ship.
Here's the thing. At this point, my backstory is so outrageous that I can lie by telling the truth. No one will think I'm actually telling.
I'm just saying, okay. I'm just saying you're gonna owe me 100 gold when we get up to the ship. If there's
I
someone
never
on our ship,
accepted that deal. Let's
it's too
make
late.
it.
It's already been made. And she's gonna look at him and she's like, "Do you want to make a deal?"
Oh God, is this going to be your thing now?
Deal or no deal?
100 golds. That someone. We're
100
specifically
gold.
saying was a farm boy, then became a pirate, and then there has to be a third thing. Because that's
No.
simple.
There's a farm boy who has had his or her brother abducted at some point
Okay.
and became a pirate.
No, you forgot crime lord. It has to go farm boy, crime lord,
Okay.
pirate, abduction.
Involved
Four
in the
things.
underground crime network, yes.
Okay, fair.
And
Those four
that
things.
crime network then led to his or her
Yes.
brother being abducted and
Yes.
then became a pirate.
Yes, but
okay,
it has to be
okay.
separate from the pirate thing because pirates and criminals are not the same. It's like a flavor.
No, I
you know?
understand. Well, I mean, it depends, but yes. So I understand,
Land
yes. So
pirates.
it's farm boy to underground crime network to
Abduction.
brother being abducted to becoming a pirate.
On our ship. Currently.
Yes, obviously, because we're looking for people that are on our ship that have the same backstory as
Yes,
you.
currently though, currently. You can't go find someone with that backstory and throw him on our ship.
And so here's the thing: is I can't cheat now because, like, you know. And so she's just gonna be like, "Deal," and she's gonna hold her hand out.
100 goals deal.
100 gold. Bran, could that count as a contract?
No, because it doesn't work like
Damn.
the Fae do. You would have to physically sign a contract.
Okay, that's so boring. That's so boring. I feel like it should be like implied contract.
Well, that would work if you were a fae, but the devils are explicitly focused on the small print.
And then after she shakes, she's like, by the way, would you mind just signing this piece of paper to confirm we have a deal?
Ask for his autograph. It'll go for his ego.
I'm gonna read over the paper. Does it outline our deal?
It is the exact wording that we have agreed on. That
Talus is actually the worst devil ever to write contracts because it's just big scrawled writing in crayon, just going 100 gold, deal or no deal.
Okay, fine, deal.
She just
I'll
leaves
write.
text to speech on, or speech to text on, so it's literally just what they said. There is nothing else
But
to
it's like
it.
a bunch of
one of those
rambling,
magic
and
pens.
It's just a transcript, like a perfect transcript
Yeah.
of this entire thing.
There's a lot of ums in this contract.
I have a signed contract, Bran. I have a signed contract.
You do have a signed contract.
These better not get me in trouble with my new boss.
So very specifically, what were the parameters of the contract?
The parameters are that 100 gold will be exchanged between Leonid and Talus based off of basically who is correct in regards to one of the crew member having the backstory of having been a farmer, becoming part of a crime network, having their brother kidnapped, and then becoming a pirate on the Tempest.
So
Or no, sorry,
having Leonid's backstory.
Yes, but it has to be those 4 elements are what have to be met.
Okay. And if they are met, one person will get 100 gold. If they are not
Yes.
met, another person will get 100 gold, respectively, coming from the person who was on the losing side of the bet. Okay, cool. So, Leonid, as you are the beneficiary of devilish intent, or devilish power, so to speak, I need you to pick something for me. I need you to pick unfettered glory, joyous youth, or unsurpassed fortune.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest, 100 gold is pocket change. I don't know if that classifies as unsurpassed fortune. But I guess that's the closest one?
Unsurpassed fortune, okay? Should this go in your favour, you will come into unsurpassed fortune, which is 100 gold. Technically, it's unsurpassed to someone. Nobody said it was personally unsurpassed fortune. Talus, as you now have a signed contract under the point of unsurpassed fortune, you have this capability. Now, you can have multiple of these, but you can only ever have one active at a time. Okay?
Okay.
This is your first gift of damnation. How gifts of damnation work is you have bound a... Oh, wait! You can't do it with Leonid.
Wait, what?
You
My
can't...
soul's already someone else's.
Yeah, you won't be able to get a gift of damnation. You'll certainly enter a contract, which will be binding, but you won't get a gift of damnation for it, because his soul belongs to Bahamut.
Sorry.
That's fair. I'm just practicing.
As soon as you feel the flames come above you, whoa, that was just a practice round. That was a practice round.
She's just going like, look, I'm learning, okay? If I can get him to sign one, I can get everybody on this ship to sign one.
To bind a mortal soul to you and grant them a gift of damnation, you must, blah, blah, blah. You've got to go through all of that.
Yeah, these gifts offer mortals short-term benefits and usually end in tragedy. They represent powers I gain by offering certain contracts and gaining power of a soul. So it's saying that I gain the power of his soul, not that I gain his soul.
To bind a mortal soul to you.
Ha! Joke's on you, I'm not mortal either.
Wait, neither am I.
Technically, mortal within the mechanics of D&D and such refers to somebody that is capable of death. So, like,
I can kill you.
anybody that is below a celestial level, which all of you are. Or sorry, below a divine level.
Not
That
for
can
long,
be
man. I'm gonna get this
fixed.
whole crew's souls.
Hey, maybe don't turn our ship into a crew of the damned. Just a thought.
I do want to say that following Brand sending me all of the stuff for becoming a fiend, my follow-up message quite literally says in all caps, "I'm gonna corrupt Leonid."
Was
Anyway,
literally the first thing on their mind.
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, I guess that's kind of how Talus is passing the time, is sitting here bullshitting with Leonid over this. I don't know.
Yep.
Anything else you want to do, Leonid?
No, this is fun.
Okay. Well then, with that, with Jacyk and Silas having their little walk, and with the rest of the grove coming into a nice new state of aliveness. I know it's not a word, but you know what? Fuck it, we ball. And with Talus and Leonid casually exchanging contracts over souls and whatnot. I guess a nice wee place for us to sit. A nice wee place to sit and hold for this. So yeah, I'm gonna call it there. And because I like the kind of vibe of this, I'm not going to give a cutscene. It's just going to be this. It's just going to be that nice view.
Oh, he
That's
doesn't want
terrifying.
to ruin the mood. I know, right?
It's so gay, but you know what? So am I. So, thank you, everybody that came to see us today. Thank you to my party for making all the combats that I run surprising in every single way, shape, and form. And thank you to everybody that allows us to do these wonderful things. Now, if you enjoy what you've seen here today, you should definitely go and check out all of the other stuff that we do. We stream 6 times a week. On Mondays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays and Sundays at varying times. And we are going to be switching up very soon, switching from D&D all over the place to introducing more TTRPGs into our lovely little world. The next one I'm sure we're going to be introducing into our little run is a fantastic new TTRPG called Call to Power. Fantastic game. The idea of mortals becoming gods is the entire narrative run of the game. Fantastic up and coming TTRPG with an amazing system built into it. I'm very lucky to have spent some time with the creator of it and got shown the capabilities of what the game can do. And it's very in the scope of if you've ever wanted to play a TTRPG where there are rules but there's not so much limits. This is definitely the capability of a TTRPG that's going to be able to do that. Very, very excited. To use the tag phrase, which I believe is what the creator gave me, what is a god but a mortal who is desperate enough? Which I thought was a pretty, oh, okay, cool, I'm with that. So we've also got other things in the works. We've got Vessin in the pipeline, and we've also got the Old Gods of Appalachia, which is just, phenomenal system by the wonderful people over at Monty Cook. If you
Thank
like,
you for saying Appalachia correctly.
yeah, I know, right? It's not like I come from a country that knows how to pronounce other countries or anything,
Okay, look, some motherfuckers said the Appalachians. Appalachians.
To be fair,
Appalachia.
I've also done some stuff with Monty Cook before, and as they made the game, I feel like I kind of cheated because I did have them kind of say from the get-go, it's Appalachia. So yeah, fantastic horror-based system, all about the wonderful goings-on that happen within that wonderful little Appalachian trail. So yeah, keep your eyes peeled on all the games we've got coming up. If you want to support the channel and what it's doing, there's a lot of ways you can do that. Number one is by going to our social medias and following us. We're on all of them under World Tree Quests. Very easy to find. If you're in a position where you can help out in a sense of subscribing and such, you can subscribe to our Twitch channel, you can subscribe to the YouTube, which is free, or you can donate straight into our lovely little Ko-Fi that we have. The proceeds of that are going to sending us, as in people from World Tree Quests, to PAX U if we can get there. So yeah, if you want to do that, there are links that you can go and check out. I'll drop those links in there and you can help out with that if you have the capability and the means to. It is in no way, shape or form mandatory, but if it is given, it is always appreciated. Other than that, I have nothing else to say. Nothing else that can be contributed, so I will say you can follow me personally over on Oops All Brands on all forms of social media, because I managed to actually get a name that nobody else has stolen. Fuck you, that one guy on Twitter who had Son of Asgard. Other than that, I'm going to pass over to my wonderful players and allow them to plug their fantastic selves. So, Gil, you've always got wonderful things going on. What's happening for yourself?
So I'm also a part of Loaded Dice Adventures, which is a Twitch stream of D&D 5e on, Twitch every Monday, 7:30 p.m. CST. God, we just went to a swamp and we're supposed to go fight a big old black dragon that we initially fought 6 years ago that escaped, and we have just finally tracked it down. So fingers crossed it's the same one, and he's going to be pissed and big and strong. We're going to have some fun with that in the next week or two. So you can come check it out Mondays on Twitch, Loaded Dice Adventures.
Loaded Dice Adventures, guys. Go check out. It's a fantastic show with a fantastic cast. They're really, really cool. Let's try Ruthie next. Anything for you at all?
Just here on Fridays.
Just here on Fridays, and we love to have you here. What about yourself, Charlie? Anything for you at all?
Muted.
You are muted, my friend.
Nope, nothing for Charlie. Charlie says no.
For Charlie, okay. I have a feeling I know what Charlie was going to plug, but that's alright because Dan is also involved in it. So Dan, anything that you could plug for you or Charlie?
Yes. As far as I know, this Sunday we're going to be continuing the Academy. We just started the end of the year ball, which has been really exciting. We got all of our dates. Walking in, we all look fabulous, and should be a very interesting time. We have some notable alumni who are attending, including I believe Elminster, as well as I don't think Strahd graduated, but is planning on being there. So that should be really interesting. My character is attending the ball with Strahd's daughter, so you will probably watch me get murdered next session. Should be interesting.
And there is going to be some very, very cool formal wear from some people there. We did do formal wear for the first session of it, but I've decided that, I'm going to do formal wear for every session that we have in this ballroom setting. And you'll be able to see me wear this lovely and amazing bow tie. I've never worn a bow tie in my life, but I ordered a D&D themed bow tie. Because why the fuck not? And if you want to figure out where you can get a hold of some things like this as well, you should definitely come and check it out. But yes, thank you very much for that, Dan. Thank you so much. Well, if that's it from all my players and that's it from me, well then, that's it from us. Thanks for coming to see us today, folks. I have been your DM of Doom, Oops All Brands, or World Tree Quests, here on Twitch and YouTube. And with me today we have had Big Gilly Styles, we've had Charlie 182.0, we've had Ruthless Rogue, and we've had Just Dan. From all of us here at World Tree Quests, good night, stay safe. Sometimes it's good to just take your partner on a lovely walk through a grove that you've only ever been to once before, and now it's completely different. Oh, and it's filled with strangers. Oh, and also, don't pull a finny. Good night, folks.
Always pull a penny.
Good night. You need to stop telling people to pull a finny. It's not going to work out well for them.